You're living 30,000 years ago. You had a big meal last night, and now you realize sooner or later nature called. But there was a problem. There was no bathrooms, no toilet paper, and definitely no door you can lock for privacy. So, what did ancient humans do when they had to go to the bathroom? Did they have any privacy at all? Did they just run into the woods and hope for the best? It sounds like a funny question, but the answer reveals something surprisingly important about how our ancestors survived. Picture a small prehistoric camp at the edge of a forest. A fire crackles in the center, hunters are repairing spears, children are playing nearby, others are preparing food gathered earlier in the day. This camp is home, and keeping it clean could mean the difference between life and death. Today, we understand germs, bacteria, and disease. Ancient humans didn't, but they did notice patterns. When waste accumulated near where people ate, slept, and drank water, people got sick. When camps stayed cleaner, people survived. Through thousands of years of observation and experience, humans learned a simple lesson. A dirty camp was a dangerous camp. That's why when nature called, they didn't simply stay where they were. They left the camp. Most likely, ancient humans did something surprisingly similar to what many campers do today. They walked away. Maybe behind a cluster of bushes, maybe behind a large rock, maybe deeper into the trees where nobody could see them. Contrary to what many people imagine, prehistoric humans probably didn't use the bathroom right in front of everyone. Humans have always valued some degree of personal space. The desire for privacy didn't suddenly appear when modern bathrooms were invented. Even tens of thousands of years ago, people likely preferred a little separation from the group. No bathroom walls, no locked doors, just distance. But there was a problem. Leaving camp wasn't always safe. Remember, this wasn't the modern world. This was prehistoric Earth. The wilderness was full of dangers. Wolves, bears, big cats, venomous snakes, and sometimes rival human groups. Imagine stepping away from camp for a few minutes and hearing something move in the bushes nearby. Suddenly, your peaceful bathroom break becomes a survival situation. Ancient humans constantly balanced privacy with safety. Go too far and you might become vulnerable. Stay too close and you lose privacy. The solution was simple: far enough away to be alone, close enough to reach help if something went wrong. And then there's another question that probably crossed your mind. What about toilet paper? The answer is simple. There wasn't any. For nearly all of human history, people used whatever was available around them. Leaves, grass, moss, smooth stones, water, even snow in colder climates. Different environments offered different solutions. Ancient humans were incredibly adaptable. If something worked, they used it. Comfort wasn't the priority. Survival was. And honestly, when you're focused on finding food, avoiding predators, and surviving another winter, luxury isn't exactly at the top of your list. But perhaps the most interesting part of this story isn't privacy, it's cleanliness. Early hunter-gatherers rarely stayed in one place for very long. They followed migrating animals. They searched for new food sources. They moved with the seasons. As a result, waste rarely accumulated in one location for years at a time. Nature had time to reclaim and break down what humans left behind. For thousands upon thousands of years, this system worked surprisingly well. Then everything changed. Around 10,000 years ago, humans began settling down. Farming emerged, villages appeared, populations grew, and suddenly, people couldn't simply move away from their waste anymore. The more permanent a settlement became, the bigger the problem became. Human waste started accumulating near where people lived. Water sources became contaminated. Disease spread more easily. Humanity needed a new solution, so people began creating designated areas for waste, simple pits, primitive drainage systems, early forms of sanitation. These ideas may sound ordinary today, but they represented a massive leap forward. In many ways, civilization wasn't built only with farming, tools, or technology. It was also built with sanitation, because before humans could create great cities, they first had to figure out how to keep those cities clean. It's funny to think about. When people imagine ancient humans, they usually picture mammoth hunts, stone tools, and roaring campfires. Very few people stop and ask where they went to the bathroom. Yet it was a challenge every single person faced, every day. And solving that challenge helped communities stay healthy enough to survive and grow.